What is up, guys? Hope you're doing well. It's me, Dushan, and welcome to my daily updates YouTube channel where I expose myself to the public while I'm scaling my agency towards 100K a month by the end of the year, or that is the goal. Today was not so busy as was yesterday, actually. However, I woke up incredibly late. It was around like 12 p.m. The reason for it is because once I wrapped up the daily update for yesterday, I was up until like 5 a.m., something like that, because I was just like super interested in the topic of hiring and I was just watching a bunch of YouTube videos and taking notes. I'm not saying like that was a super productive time because my performance for this day was definitely impacted by that lack of sleep. I did manage to get 7 hours of sleep. However, I did feel sluggish and I did feel kind of groggy when I woke up. So I'm not gonna make the same mistake as I did. I have to fix the sleeping schedule 100%. Or if my sleeping schedule is already screwed, I'm gonna be doing the high return on investment activities such as, either lead scraping or sending more outbound. So yeah, my curiosity got a better of me, and I was just like watching some videos about hiring, like managing expectations for the employees, contractors, how to keep them on for longer, how to compensate them well, and like the structure for the compensation and stuff like that. Because in the future, and especially if we want to scale to 100K a month, there's definitely going to be some crucial plays in terms of hiring people that I have to make, such as like C-suite people, creative director, or head of content, somebody who's going to be doing ops, which is probably going to be one of those two people, and then just more team members, more contractors such as editors, and I'm going to stick with one thumbnail designer. That's going to be the entire hierarchy of 100K a month business. And there might be some other smaller roles right there, like there might be a copywriter who would be helping out with the scripts for videos, because I can't really be doing that at like that level whatsoever. But yeah, I was super interested in that, so I was awake like until, as I said, around 5 a.m. Barely got any sleep, but today was actually really good. There wasn't too much fulfillment. I just scheduled 2 YouTube videos, did a bit of quality control, went back and forth with people in Slack. I was jotting down some notes on Google Docs, even though that wasn't super productive. I sent 4 pieces of outreach, and I'm still working on the fifth one, so I haven't completed my KPI yet, but the goal is until the end of the day to complete the KPI and send those 5 out. Still haven't got the replies from the 5 that I sent yesterday. However, as I said, the money is in the follow-ups. I will not be following up with those people today immediately, but I will be following up with them tomorrow, actually. And that's going to be by the end of the day, because most of these people are in US, so I'll be sending the follow-ups at around like 10 or 11 p.m. my time, which is CT, or Central Europe. So yeah, I mean that's kind of the update. I noticed that we are at 6 subscribers, which is huge. I can't believe that anybody's actually watching these kind of videos. I thought that I would just be speaking to myself, quite honestly. However, it's super cool to see people actually, following the journey and being here through all the, I would say, like ups and downs, because achieving that goal is not going to be easy at all. It's going to take a lot of fucking reps, and even with the outbound, I have to scale up because I've been doing the math, and in order to get to 100K a month right now with this pace, we would be expecting around like 50K in new MRR by the month 6, and we could like maintain these numbers and just like slowly ramping them up over the course of 12 months. However, because the goal is to hit 100K a month by the end of the year, I'll probably amping those numbers up within that period, just so we can actually expect a better output. Meaning, that for every single month we would be expecting at around like 1 to 2 clients just from the outbound. And then when we factor in the inbound and maybe even some referrals, because I'll be asking my clients if they have anybody that would benefit from these services, then we would add, extra like 15, 20K. But that is something that I haven't considered. So just with the outbound alone, it's around 50 to 60K, which is also like pretty good revenue number. And especially with the margins where I'm at, the margins might be a bit lower once I get some people on a base retainer, but it all depends on if I change the pricing for my offer, if I start charging more, which it only makes sense once I get more people in as clients. If there's more demand for the offer, which there is, it's quite incredible seeing the amount of money that the editors are currently charging, which only tells me that there's a huge demand for talent. And I want to, up my quality not only from the booking calls standpoint, but also I want to elevate personal brands alongside it, which would also like directly impact the performance of them booking calls through YouTube. So that is like one major factor. But yeah, besides that, that is something that I'm now thinking about it, but like exploring the topic, but I'm still not making the full on decision that I'll like hire somebody immediately for that role, because as of this moment it just doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's basically it for this week. And for tomorrow, the goal is to again send 5 pieces of outreach and then follow up with all the leads that I've sent outreach to. And then once I do that, I'll be doing some fulfillment, and then doing some hiring on the editing side, because that's really important. And for one of the clients that we have, editors are a crucial part, because he's not even our ICP, but we've been working with him for so long that it doesn't make sense to end a relationship. Plus, the money is good. The only issue is like finding good editors for his content, because his style is quite specific, and since he's a YouTuber, he has a big brand. Like, editing is a really big reflection of his brand. So, just need to find a proper editor for him. We have 2 guys, but we need to get one more on board, because he's also looking to scale up his content for 4 YouTube videos a month to 8 YouTube videos, which it makes sense for the stage where he is at. However, like logistically, we just need one more editor, and that would solve our issue. So yeah, I mean that is literally it. Besides the fulfillment and the outreach, tomorrow I have a call with that other guy who runs an agency that is doing something similar. And as I told you guys on, I think the first or second update, there is a possibility that we end up in a somewhat like strategic partnership where I help some of his clients, do YouTube stuff and stuff like that. So that's going to be a super important call. That's going to be around like 6 or 7 p.m. I have to check my calendar again, but yeah, I'm super excited for that call. Today I had a call with with my client. It was basically just to talk about thumbnails and about positioning ideas and just like projects and stuff. So it was just like a brief 30-minute call. Nothing huge. And yeah, I mean, that was pretty much my day. It was like super basic. Didn't really, like, nothing really happened. And by the way, I know you probably might be thinking that I'm wearing the same shirt for 3 days in a row, but it's actually not the same shirt. I've been wearing this shirt for, or no, like this is not the exact same shirt. I have just like 5 of these that I'm just rotating. And since I'm in my home, I don't really care, to be honest. But I didn't go to the gym today either, because I've been just stuck at home working. I think that's fine to some extent, but I had to go to gym tomorrow and then Friday and Saturday as well to hit that goal of going to the gym 3 times per week. So yeah, I mean that is pretty much it. Hopefully these videos would elevate into something bigger where I can actually show you guys the dashboards, the money, maybe like not the full bank statements. There's probably some like there's definitely issues with that because like I then have to censor a lot of stuff, and then I would have to like edit these videos, and since that would take a lot of time, or it wouldn't like take a lot of time, but since like these videos are so easy to make, and I can like literally do them in one sitting, and as you're watching me speak, like that is the amount of time that it actually takes me to produce these videos, and also like the thumbnails or templates, so I don't really have to like think about editing whatsoever. But hopefully I will be making like some type of like a tracking sheet where you guys will see, you know, all of the inputs, and I can just walk you through that, and maybe even some stats from the personal brand. How much money are we making from the personal brand? What is our growth over a certain period of time? Like how are we essentially progressing towards the goal, and how this personal brand and my other personal brands are scaling towards, you know, a bigger sum. But for now, it's just basically going to be these boring talks, briefs, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to end the video right here, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Peace.